as I bow before your throne. To you I belong. Show me your way. Show me your way. As I kneel before the King, I raise my voice and sing. Show me your way.
Man, y'all know technology can be something else. Let me know that you can hear me. I'm gonna try this for the third time. This is like bananas, y'all. The technology is just whack. Anyway, they say it's good. It's not good, man. You're having problems. Let me get to this, is a live video, so anything, bound to happen anyway. So check it out. What should a woman bring to the table? All right, I'm gonna make this short and sweet as possible. Women, let me say this first. This is not a knock to women at all. I'm not a woman basher and all that crazy stuff that people be doing. I think it's stupid when a man get on here and he bashes a woman. That's so feminine to me. So this is not a woman bash at all. So there's always somebody that's gonna take your video and say, what you didn't say or what you did say, or you said it like this and it's really not what you said. So can't help those people with no common sense. So I'm sitting here saying in the beginning of the video, this is not a woman bashing thing. This is constructive criticism. Okay, you can take it how you want to take it. So it's a video floating around right now of a Muslim guy. And I don't know his name, I don't know nothing about him. I really, don't follow people like that because they just don't interest me. But I've seen a lot of people post it, and it's I'm not picking on him. It's a lot of videos that's like this, talking about what a woman should bring to the table. Some people say a woman should bring 50-50 to the table. Some people say that a woman shouldn't bring nothing to the table. But this dude in particular, he went in and he basically said a man is a bum if he asked a woman to bring anything to the table, because the woman is the table, and whatever you give a woman, she's gonna multiply it. And he just went on and on. So let me correct this person first of all. I'm a Christian, so I don't expect everybody to go by the same guidelines that I go by. But I think that's what he was referencing. Talking about a woman will multiply whatever you give her. That's not true. It depends on what type of woman you're talking about. And in the Bible, it says that God told Adam and Eve to multiply. It didn't say, the man is supposed to multiply. Okay, so let me, get that straight. Let me know that you can hear me, ladies and gentlemen. I got the mic on, so I'm trying to make sure, So he also went in to reiterate that said, if a man asks a woman to bring something to the table, then the man is a bum. Well, that's not true either. See, listen, specifically ladies, but I got to talk to men and women. Okay, and I need to box this paradigm in this conversation. I'm speaking specifically to single people, number one, or that's heterosexual. You got to make that clear. I don't have nothing to do. I don't know what y'all do in the gay community. You know what I mean? It's Gay Pride Month. I don't know. So we ain't talking to y'all. Okay, I like to be specific. I'm talking to married people. I'm talking to single people that's heterosexual, men and women. But women in particular, okay, who want to be married, who wants to be in a relationship and wants to have a successful relationship. So I got to make that clear about who I'm talking to, because it's going to be somebody that come on here and say, well, that's not true. And I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to the people that I'm supposed to talk to. You're going to know. And I got to make all these disclaimers because everybody's so sensitive now. So let me say this. For a man to say a woman shouldn't bring nothing to the table, to me, is total foolishness. Y'all better stop believing these internet people, man. The stuff that they talk about is not reality. It's just not real. It may be real for some people, but it's not real for the majority of us. That's why the wealthy is only 1%. So for you to expect something from your husband that somebody of the 1% can do is just foolish. All this internet and relationship advice is going on right now, and no one is using a guidebook. I use the Bible as my guidebook as much as I possibly can. We're letting internet people who have pages and YouTube pages and TikTok and they famous guide our relationship, and it's actually causing problems in people's relationship because y'all listening to these love and hip hop reality show folk and these Kevin Samuels and these polygamy Muslim guys and all these weirdos that just decided to wake up and be a relationship guru. Please, I can't believe that adults are doing this. When I was a kid, I was taught you don't believe the stuff that you see on TV. That's what my daddy taught me and my mama taught me. So if it's on TV, then you don't believe it, including myself. I might say something that might not be your reality. Specifically women, and specifically black women, please stop listening to these people on the internet, man. If you want a successful relationship, it doesn't matter who's bringing home the most money and all that good stuff. What are y'all doing together? What goal do you have together? That's what you should be focused on. So let me use an ego for an example because I can have my opinion all I want to. Let me tell you something about an ego. First of all, let me talk to the fellas. If you dealing with women that think you're supposed to pay for everything and pay all the bills and all that stuff, hey, don't complain about them. Just get away from them. They just not on your altitude. One thing about an eagle, he don't mess with other birds that ain't on his altitude. And every woman that I've ever dated that had a bag, let me say this. They never asked me for my bag. None of them. Every woman that I talked to that had a big bag, a big purse, never asked. I only hear people women that's just, less fortunate talk about this man better have a bag. The women I know that I've dated, that's beautiful. We ain't talking about Respucia. I've dated some beautiful women in my life. And the ones that had the big bag never, matter of fact, they were trying to figure out how they can help me. So all that talk about what a man's supposed to bring to the table, to me, you sound like a pigeon. If I had to compare us in the bird world. And men, don't complain about those pigeons. Just go mess with another eagle because an eagle woman is not going to do that. All right. Let me tell you about eagles. Eagles, first of all, when eagles mate, they have to mate or they mate at a certain altitude. So normally, when you see a eagle mate, they mate at a certain altitude in the sky. So what am I saying? If you keep dealing with pigeons, then guess what? They're going to have a pigeon attitude, right? And instead of getting away from the pigeons, don't complain about them, just get away from them. I don't bash women. Hey, you want to be a pigeon? That's on you. I'm going to go mess with an eagle because a female eagle is not going to think like that. A female eagle is like, what can we do together? So let me tell you another thing about an eagle that's so great. They share responsibility when it comes to feeding their nest and their babies. So the female eagle provides the food for the nest mostly at one point in their lifetime, and the male provides it mostly at another point in their life, depending on what's going on. When the female go out to hunt, the man actually watches the babies. Go watch an eagle documentary if you don't believe it. And when the man go out and hunt, the woman is feeding the babies, the little eagles, right? So real eagles, like real women who got their bag, the women that I know that got a bag, and I know some women with a big bag. One of my friends, she got a big bag. She's always tried to help her man. She ain't talking about my man got to have a bag and all that stuff. All this stuff going on right now is pure buffoonery. So stop believing these social media because you're going to end up losing. God going to bless you and somebody's going to be in your life and you're going to end up losing a good person because you're worried about finances. Okay? So that's just my take on it. And here's the thing. Stop comparing your relationship if you're in one, or even if you're single, comparing the relationship that you want with somebody else's relationship. Stop doing that, man. Because most of the time, it's something that influences us that makes us think the way they think instead of us thinking on our own. You know what I mean? So you got to get somebody that match your energy, man. And there's no wrong or right in a relationship. I've seen relationships that's successful where the woman makes majority of the money and they were happy. That's their business. I've seen where it's flipped. I've seen two poor people be happy. I've seen two rich people be miserable. I've seen women who don't bring nothing to the table and they miserable and they man rich. I've seen all those scenarios. So you sound dumb when you try to, you know, I'm talking about like the gurus and the people that come on here with this relationship, you know, advice. You know, a man is a bum if he asks a woman, you know, what she brings to the table. You sound dumb. And that's why there's over a 70% divorce rate in the black community right now, because of this type of behavior and this type of thing. Go read, I'm gonna leave y'all with this, specifically ladies, you. Go read Proverbs 31, please. Go read Proverbs 31. And nowhere in that Proverbs 31 did God say a woman's supposed to just sit around and look cute and get her nails done and get her hair done and not bring nothing to the table. It don't say that in Proverbs 31. Fellas, if you want a good wife, read Proverbs 31. And you talking to a man that's happy. So just for the haters, yeah, I'm happy in my relationship. I'm happy. Me and my woman, we good. We've been together for a long time, and we have a peaceful relationship, and we don't argue. So you're not talking to somebody with two wives. You're not talking to somebody who just talking on the internet, and you know, he ain't happy at home. You ain't. No. You're talking to somebody that's happy. Okay. So, and have a good relationship. You know, that has a good relationship, a good relationship with his significant other. So yeah, it's all this. Stop. You can find you a guidebook. Like if you're a Muslim, then let the Quran be your guide or whatever. But if you're a Christian like me, then you need to read that word, man, and stop listening to these, because you're gonna get frustrated and you're gonna get confused and you're gonna put pressure on your spouse that that you shouldn't bring, and it's going to cause calamity in your relationship because you're listening to some weirdo on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram talk about what a man should bring to the table, what a woman should bring. Man, listen, what y'all bring to the table is y'all business. It's not for the world. And when you compare yourself and you think the grass is green on the other side, you're mistaken. I know rich dudes that's got a woman and the woman don't do nothing and he out cheating on her. He's slanging his meat to different women that's broke and coming back home with who God knows who until she goes to your gynecologist. I know women who taken care of by their man and they're still not happy with their man, and they man got money. So see, that's not what you should be looking for. Go read Proverbs 31, ladies. I love y'all, and this is why I'm saying this. And men, don't bash the women. Don't get on the internet, bash the women. Because I see a lot of back and forth between. No, don't do that, man. Just go mess with an eagle. If you feel like you got it like that and you qualified to be a husband, then go find you an eagle. Another eagle like yourself. That's what I did. I stepped away. I was like, oh, okay, they doing that over here. I ain't gonna go over there then. Now, obviously, there's a bunch of pigeons over there. Let me go where the eagle's at, man. But guess what? If you do get a beautiful eagle woman, if you still got that pigeon mentality, she gonna peep that out and you're gonna lose her. So you see, you gotta do what works for you and what makes you happy. But you gotta have a guidebook too. And I use the Bible as my guidebook. All this buffoonery and this foolishness going on, it's messing up people's relationships right now because they're constantly being fed that because of social media. And I'm telling you, it is dumb, it's foolish, and somebody got to come in and balance this thing on out. So that's what I'm doing. Listen, I'm going to say this because my mama listening. My mama is a hustler. She works. I'm going to leave y'all with this. My mama is a virtuous woman. I've watched my mom take care of the family and make her bread at the same time. That's what I seen. And it worked. So, hey, You know, I can't have no woman that just sit around and want to look cute and don't want to do nothing. I like my woman to do something. You got to do something. You know what I mean? And we living in a different time now for those women who just want to sit around and look cute and all that stuff and think the man's supposed to just do everything. We ain't even living in the time. That's what I'm saying. It's not even reality. You know, now, hey, if you got it like that, man, and you paid and you know, whatever. But, you know, ladies, what you gonna do? Sit around and look cute all day? Because that's played out, man. That's man, please, man. These women out here getting money. These women out here getting more money than the man. So the women with that mentality, man, it just, to me, if I was single, that mentality right there would let me know I'm not messing with her. I wouldn't clash against that mentality. I just wouldn't fool with women like that. So the guys that complain that this all a woman want is money, you hanging with the pigeons, homie. Stop hanging with these pigeons and start hanging with some eagles, because an eagle, woman, female eagle, she not gonna be on that tip. She not gonna be on that tip. And if you pretending to be an eagle, she gonna peep your game too, and then you're gonna lose her. So that's just my take on that. But for another man to call another man a bum that's trying to provide for his family just because he's not making a certain amount of money to take care of his spot, that's ignorant, man. And the dude that said it, like, he's, if I'm not mistaken, he got a couple wives and, you know, he got some money. Man, look, man, money don't make the man. Money don't make a good man. It just don't. There's so many miserable people with money, and there's so many evil people with money, man. And if you so shallow to where you think a man is supposed to financially take care of you if he ain't making a certain amount of money, he ain't nothing, that means you shallow and you got some internal work that you should be working on within yourself. That's what that means. It ain't got nothing to do with your husband that ain't making no money. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing, because guess what? If money is used to make you happy, then you got a lot of mental, spiritual, and emotional work. If money is the root to why you not dating somebody and all that stuff, you are a pigeon and you are shallow, and you just need you actually need some help. So, hey, I'm gonna leave you with that. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna say this one last thing. I know that. Let me talk to the black man for a minute. Do you know how hard it is just being a black man in America? Like, the first thing you do, what I do, is thank God when I wake up. But do you know the stuff that we got to contend with as a black man in America? When I walk out my house, I don't know if my life in danger. I might get killed by a cop. If I live in the inner city, I might have to get killed by another brother. That's the first, like, worry before you even step out the house. We ain't even got to work yet with the boss that don't like me. We ain't even got there yet. We just driving to work, and we concerned about that. Then we got to be concerned about the concerns of our wives. I don't think women understand how hard African American men have it right now. I really don't. And you go on the internet and you see these few black men who supposedly got it made, and this is the kind of man that you want, and then you think that that's reality, and it's not. There's always a handful full of people that's not, you know, the majority. They are the you know, they're the minority. So it's always gonna be somebody, you know, doing great financially, but that don't mean it's the majority. That doesn't mean that it's reality. See what I'm saying? So the women who think like that, to me, in my opinion, right, you're not in reality. You're not in reality to think that a man's supposed to pay all your bills and do it in today's world. And it also lets me know that you don't know about finances, because if you look at the economy right now, the majority of us, I ain't talking about the select few, it takes 2 incomes to make it now. With all this inflation going on, stuff going on. So that's another thing. So when a woman says, oh, I want a man to pay my bills and he got to come with the bread and all that stuff, off rip, I already know you a pigeon. You're not on my level, because you don't even understand the dynamics of finances right now that's going on. And to my married ladies who giving your husband a hard time because he ain't making a certain amount of money, ask yourself this: what are you doing to help that man make more money? And half the women that talk about how much a man should make, I'm just keeping it real, most of the time, they not making no money. They be broke. That be the crazy thing to me. It don't be like the execs, like the big women make, with the big bucks making $150,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year. These be like, regular, customer service rep women talking this stuff. I be like, what? Are you serious? I've talked to nurses. I've talked to lawyers. I've talked to doctors. I'm talking about I've dated these women. I've dated women with long money, and not one of them ever asked me for money. As a matter of fact, I want to reiterate, they've always said, what do you need from me? I could cut you a check right now, whatever the case may be. I've never heard a rich woman or a woman who well off ask a man about his pockets. Not one time. And I've dated some beautiful women, and I've dated some women with some paper. So that whole mentality to me is a pigeon mentality. And please stop listening. I'm saying this out of love, ladies. Please stop listening to these fools on the internet, because they don't live with you, and their reality is probably not your reality. Stop watching these love and hip hop shows and these reality shows and stuff like that, because there's plenty of good men that you passed because your focus was on finance. You've skipped over a lot of men. I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but you've skipped over a lot of good men because you were shallow and you had a pigeon mentality, and you skipped over them because you were strictly looking at finances. And you turned down some, and you're gonna see some of those men married and happy for a long time. As you get older, you're gonna feel real sad and sour.
As I bow before your throne, to you I belong. Show me your way. Show me your